The chair has got to be sensitive to the other gender. Proceed.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker, sir, for giving me this opportunity to talk. I can see you are now relaxed when Bensudah is on the throne. I'm very glad, and as a teacher, I thought that I would get the motion before it was brought here, so that I restructure it to suit the debate in line with the current status of the situation of this country.
Yes.
When we are talking about we should stop demonstrations, they are not demonstrations. It is expression of the status of this nation. I want to advise and I want to make my contribution in regard to the Monday 20th peaceful march in exercising the opinion in mind, in action, and what Kenyans are undergoing.
Yeah.
I want to state, as the woman representative of Homa Bay County, this nation is hungry, and there is no question about it.
Yes. Come on.
My second contribution, we were gladly advised by the Vice President that business will run as usual. Who stopped the business?
Yeah.
Who told the people to close the business? Nobody advised anybody to close the banks, to shut down the hospitals, to shut down anywhere. Nobody did that statement. Why did Kenyans choose to close? Number three, nobody said that all Kenyans in the 47 countries are going to march to State House. I have heard members contribute that people dressed up in a state that they were going to take over from State House. Myself, I was in white. And I wanted to march peacefully because I represent the youths. I represent the hungry women. I represent the PWDs. Mr. Speaker, sir, I want to tell you that I was told
She's a youth.
I am a woman and I'm representing all of them. I am on the floor, Mr. Speaker, sir, can you protect me? I do not want interference.
Order. What's your point of order, Honorable Bayer?
Excuse me.
Honorable Bensudah, a moment.
Point of order.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker,
yes.
While I consider it as an insult to the youth of this country, yes, the age that is put in the website for Honorable Bensudah is about 35 years.
Order.
We would like
Order, Honorable Bayer, order. Honorable members, order. Order. Proceed, Honorable Bensudah, proceed.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker, sir, for protecting me. No wonder even the 2/3 gender rule cannot go through in this house. When I'm making substantive statements, and I think he was sleeping, I talked about representation. I didn't talk about youths. Mr. Speaker, sir, I personally witnessed, because I closely navigated this city on that day. I began by the University of Nairobi, the world-class university where I went, and there was heavy firearms at those gates, a conducive which cannot encourage learning. I want to say that when I moved around Kibra and all Langata areas, it was armed policemen and tear gassing. Is that what we call security? Is that what we call peaceful demonstration? I want to tell you, Mr. Speaker, sir, we miss concepts, and this country must be brought to order. We want leaders to be fair to the nation. We want leaders to be honest to the situation. When I walked into Parliament, personally, I've taken fruits. There is somebody who had not taken fruits, even for a whole year. Personally, there is a cafeteria there. I have eaten. The people who are demonstrating outside did not see even any form of food on their table. We do not take serious matters into jokes. It is a high time we must raise up and work as leaders of this country. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Order.
Exercise only in accordance with the Constitution. And Article 1(2) says the people may exercise their sovereign power either directly or through elected representative. And Mr. Speaker, one of the members who was speaking, my dear friend who I interrupted as she was speaking, was saying that we speak here and we should not speak outside and we should not let our representatives speak. I want to educate her that Article 1(2) of the Constitution gives that right, that we can exercise our mandate directly. And when we demonstrate, we are exercising it directly. So we cannot be having tyranny in the house. We can also have tyranny outside the house. Mr. Speaker, I also just want to say that Article 37, and I want to agree with members across the divide, and I want to thank Honorable Muya for speaking very soberly and saying that Article 37 allows for picketing and peaceful picketing. And I want to say both our side and their side are saying the same language. Let us have picketing, which is allowed under Article 37, with no condition, because the Constitution does not give condition, except peaceable picketing. And Mr. Speaker, in peaceable picketing, the mandate lies with the police. The citizen of Kenya does not have arms. Mr. Speaker, those who maintain peace and order are the police. Mr. Speaker, I also want to say that those who are killed, as we have heard from the boy who was killed in Maseno, was killed by the police. And I also want to add that when the business community restrained from doing their business, they restrained from doing their business because of fear-mongering by people like my good friend, who I don't want to mention lest he can stay a point of order. Mr. Speaker, I want to say that those who close their businesses close because of fear-mongering. And we know my friend who does fear-mongering. Mr. Speaker, because I know other members want to speak, I want to say this. I want to thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving this House direction, that it is actually wrong for us to be mentioning other people who are not here and calling them names, like regrettably my good friend, Honorable Ichugwa, called Honorable Raila an urban terrorist. Mr. Speaker, if it weren't for your order, I could also have called Honorable Ruto national terrorist. But because of your order, I'm not calling him a national terrorist, Mr. Speaker. And finally, Mr. Speaker, I want to say that my good friend Honorable Ichugwa must tell us whether he's also of the LGBTQ community because of his preoccupation with Uhuru Kenyatta. That guy is a man, Bwana. Don't be too preoccupied with Honorable Uhuru Kenyatta.
Order.
I'm a woman, Bwana. Hey, nikitu gani wewe?
Honorable Millie Odhiambo. Honorable Millie Odhiambo. Order.